a recent magazine, I saw an advert for Atlas editions, $2.99, and you got a model. And I thought it was a bit too good to be true, and it kind of is. It's a subscription service, so they get you signed in with the cheap model for the first one, and then on a rolling basis they send you out models for different prices depending on what the model is. So I went for the Stobart Rail excavator, which is the Komatsu PC 340 hydraulic excavator W122. And when I got it, the package was really quite squashed, and it didn't look like a model really should be sent in that way. But I opened it and the model looked okay. It's nicely presented with the Stobart rail and the blue and white hatch, lots of different colours. Everything's all sort of moulded and done for really to be quite cheap. And then I had a real close look at the model and I found that there were several little bits which were broken and not quite right. So this little arm here was broken. I've now fixed it, and this hydraulic is very stiff, and then the top ones just flops. So there's no way to pose this other than to glue it in position. Otherwise you're actually stuck with it somewhere on the ground. And the other issue that I've had with it, as you've seen, is that the treads come off very easily. And I've had to put this back on several times just by lifting the model and moving it. For the price though, looking at it that way, it's actually not too bad. It could sit quite happily somewhere in a corner where it's not getting moved. I mean, on a plus point, you do have this railing which is quite sturdy. The colour looks okay, and I guess once it's weathered up, it would look quite nice. But the build quality just isn't there. And as this is the one that's supposed to get you hooked on buying the whole range from them, they have a full Stobart Rail, Stobart collection that they do. I don't think anyone would be convinced with the quality that they're going to get for their money if this is an example of what they actually do. I'm not impressed with this one, and I really don't know what else to say. I'd like to be positive about it. You know, once it's sitting and doing nothing, I suppose it would be okay, but I'll always know that there's a little crack there in the metal where it's a metal join that's failed. Couple of little bits of paint which have flaked off, and this model has just sat. It's not being played with as a toy. It should look perfect if nothing's happening to it, but there's just areas where the paint's come off, and here where the on this side the colour's nice and bright, but on the back here it looks like it's only overspray. It doesn't look like it's been finished very well. So that is my Komatsu PC 340. I hope that other people have better examples than this from Atlas, and I think Oxford Diecast also do one. Their one, I think, was about £15-16. I'm quite sure that that's going to be a much higher quality model than this. But the hydraulic there is much easier to move than that one. And you've got two there, and you've got one there, and they're just. I mean, if you could have it posed like that, it would be really nice. But it's just, it's disappointing. Let me know down in the comments if you've got one of these and what yours is like if you've taken it out of the box. I really wanted to have this on my layout somewhere, as I do have a few Stobart things. I've got a Stobart Rail civil engineering van as well, which I was going to place this next to. I guess I might put it there and have this being broken down. So overall, it's quite poor quality. So as I say, if you let me know in the comments if you've got one of these and exactly what yours is like, what you think the quality of your one is like compared to this one. As I say, I'm really quite disappointed with this one.